Welcome to the Lady Wendy Show. And here I am with my little sidekick, Cupcake, Prince Cupcake. Mwah. Tonight, I'm going to write, or actually read, my article I just wrote about the big news that happened over the weekend. The Oprah Winfrey interview, tell-all interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So I'm putting my 2 cents worth in with everybody else, and here we go. The title of my article is The Meghan Markle Show in Real Life, Propped Up by Her Ties to British Royalty. It is a story that has shocked the world on many levels in all corners of the world. How could one woman so swiftly and so massively enrich and elevate herself by capturing, devastating, and trashing the very thing that catapulted her to riches and access to the highest circles in life? And she accomplished this in record speed warp time within a year, or actually 3 or 4 years, period. The British royalty, as we all know, was Meghan Markle's stepping stone to the pinnacles, highest pinnacles of society. She has not only achieved what many young girls on both sides of the pond have dreamt of by marrying royalty, but now owns a multi-million-dollar media company in Hollywood, where she has free reign along with her husband, Prince Harry, over everything and everyone within her company, of course. It simply boggles the mind. Now that the dust is settled, there are many reasons and explanations that come to mind for this phenomenal achievement of the amazing Ms. Markle. In some ways, it all makes sense. It was almost destined to happen, and happen it did. The subtitle of the next paragraph or two is Hapless Prince Meets His Match. What happens when a confused, unhappy royal prince such as Prince Harry, who is clearly haunted by the sad tragedy of his mother, Princess Diana, meets a beautiful, young, social climbing woman with glamorous Hollywood connections, who ostensibly shares many similarities with his mother with regards to building her reputation as a caring activist? His desire for escape from and revenge on the royal family, especially his father, Prince Charles, is perfectly matched with her burning, focused desire for greater riches, political power, and fame, all under the heady spell of infatuation and the perfect timing of the biological drive to have children, while enjoying the public fascination, a mixed bag of adulation and disdain, which played right can and has resulted in even more riches and fame. His mother, Princess Diana, was certainly wronged by her cheating husband, Prince Charles. And she, although she was an aristocrat, she was an outsider stuck inside the royal palace. She championed many causes bravely, such as helping amputee victims of wars in the Middle East and those afflicted with AIDS. The public largely sided with her, and she was known as the Queen of Hearts after the messy divorce. However, on the other hand, Meghan Markle claims to be concerned about women's rights and freedom of speech. Could be rightly called the Duchess of Blood Diamonds, due to her acceptance of the spectacular pair of chandelier diamond earrings given to her by Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman, which she actually wore twice in public, even after his notorious involvement of the brutal and horrific murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, of which, as per her often used excuse for her contradictory behavior, she claimed she was unaware of, quote. And I guess she must use that same excuse with regards to the fact that Saudi women's rights activists are also put in prison, and other human rights activists as well, some being put to death. Unaware? Really? Prince Harry was allegedly alerted to this fact about the earrings from MBS, that's King Mohammed bin Salman, but apparently and conveniently let it go in one ear and out the other. As he has famously said, what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. Prince Harry has an axe to grind. It seems as if, due to the memories of his mother, Princess Diana's troubles with the royal family, Prince Harry still harbors quite a bit of resentment towards his father, Prince Charles, and the royal family in general. However, in the tell-all interview with Oprah, he was quite careful to state his respect for his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. No doubt mainly because she's actually the one who gave Harry and Meghan their various titles, including Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and only she can take those titles back. In which case, Harry would still be entitled to use Prince Harry, and Meghan would be entitled to use Princess Henry of Wales, if she wanted to. I was and am a fan of Princess Diana. Watched her marriage in real time at 5:30 a.m. to Prince Charles, whom, believe it or not, I had once had fantasies of marrying myself when I was a young teenager. I had total sympathy for her anguish upon discovering Prince Charles's infidelity with Camilla. I admired her great compassionate work on helping amputees and AIDS victims. I could only feel her pain. I could truly actually feel her pain in her famous tell-all interview. She was very young and naive, a virgin and only 19 years old, and not very worldly when she got involved with Prince Charles, her childhood hero. You can forgive her for taking it hard when her love was unrequited and she felt like she was used merely as a vessel to produce heirs to the throne, while feeling trapped like a bird in a gilded cage. From some accounts, Prince Harry was not having much luck in the important area of finding a suitable wife to produce heirs who were also on the similar social level as he, and who would be willing to take on a major role in the royal family. Apparently, some possible contenders amongst these women that he dated were only too well aware of the loss of freedom, the public scrutiny, and hoopla that goes along with playing such a role, and they were not that interested, apparently, in taking it on. Prince Harry also had the reputation of being a party boy, and he has set himself on film, showing footage of him shooting an automatic gun weapon that he has felt most comfortable as a soldier in Afghanistan. Come to think of it, what indeed would his beloved mother, Princess Diana, have thought about him fighting in colonial wars on brown people over there in the Middle East? Oh, never mind that. Let's move along, shall we? Nothing to see here. So there was Prince Harry, still haunted by his late mother's legacy of trials and tribulations with her former husband, and her not fitting in with the royal family and the firm, as some call the monarchy. On top of that, there was her symbiotic, tumultuous relationship with the press. Also, there were her well-known mental health issues, the bulimia, the self-cutting, the depression, for examples. Prince Harry apparently did not have a way to deal with all these issues and had a hard time building a meaningful life for himself, feeling trapped in the royal family, as he claimed in that interview with Oprah. Unfortunately, as he is number 6 in line to the crown, it is unlikely he would have ever had a huge role or the huge money that comes with it, as his older brother Prince William, his older brother Prince William will have. Look at Andrew. His limited status, meaning in life, and limited money compared to Prince Charles may have been a factor in his straying into the high roller crowd in the circle of the disgraced financier, the late Jeffrey Epstein. In Meghan Markle, Prince Harry seems to have found the perfect weapon to shatter his gilded cage and to break free of the confines of his royal duties and expectations. He seems in the Oprah interview to be rather outraged that he cannot have his cake and eat it too. Enter Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle grew up in Los Angeles in a family of modest means. Her father was a lighting technician at a Hollywood studio where he met her mother, a temp worker in the makeup department. It seems as if Meghan was the apple of his father's eye, as when he won a lotto jackpot, he spent most of it on enrolling her into an exclusive prep school and then allegedly financed her college education. This is perhaps where some of the resentment from her father and her half-siblings from his former marriage has developed. As it turns out, as a result of her education and learning how to be polished and posh at the private prep school, Meghan was able to successfully land a role in a TV series called Suits. She was married for a couple years. After several years of dating, to another Hollywood player who is now remarried after Meghan broke up with him, finalizing the split by sending the wedding and engagement rings to him via registered mail, according to online reports. As a result of this B-list actress status, still a feat for anyone I know, I imagine so, she was able to forge relationships and friendships in high places and literally climb the social ladder. Although Meghan claims she had no idea of how the British monarchy worked, there are plenty of reports that suggest otherwise, including reports of how she idolized Princess Diana and read up on her. Let's face it, you'd have to be hiding under a rock, a literal hermit, not to know the story of Princess Diana, the Queen of Hearts, no matter what your age. Meghan claims she did not do any online research of Prince Harry or the royal family. However, this seems like a ludicrous claim since she had her own lifestyle blog, The Dig. And she has demonstrated that she is quite tech and media savvy. Note how she invited Oprah Winfrey to her royal wedding, even though she had only met her once. When Harry met Meghan, apparently everything clicked. Meghan claims that her rather obscure history of social activism is one of the things that drew Harry to her, because his mother was a devoted social activist, which is well documented. Obviously, they were a good match in many ways. In childbearing age, height, good looks, he with his royal status, she with her celebrity status, but the clincher was they both had quasi-political and personal agendas that dovetailed neatly. His particular agenda was to break himself free from the restraints and duties imposed on him by the royal family and the firm, as they call it, causing him to feel trapped, and lingering resentments inherited from his mother, Princess Diana, and a desire to carry on some kind of social activism that would somehow please his mother. Meghan's particular agenda seems to ostensibly to help other people of color feel included in the world and to have more opportunities. To thrive, not just survive, to use her words. However, she herself is the one who seems to be more than amply thriving while using her royal ties to do so in a way that seems very ungrateful and cruel to her royal in-laws. Is this a good example to set for others? The song "I'm Not Your Stepping Stone" by the Monkees comes to mind, but I don't think Prince Harry will be singing that tune anytime soon. However, he may someday if she ever decides to drop him unceremoniously, like she has so many others in her life, including her family members such as her father, her half-siblings, and her ex-husband, who's apparently working on a drama film about a custody battle between a commoner and a royal. Seems that Prince Harry, who claimed he felt trapped by his royal family and the firm in the interview with Oprah, is now trapped by his wife, Meghan Markle, perhaps not even realizing it. And he may very well be a victim of the Stockholm Syndrome, as Meghan's half-sister Samantha Markle has claimed. Judging by some recent photos of Prince Harry, he does look like a deer caught in the headlight. Perhaps he needs to feel trapped in order to feel at home, if this state of mind is what he is truly used to, as he claims. Fairy tale ending, moving forward. While most people were shocked by the tell-all Oprah interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, many were shocked for various reasons. Oh, okay, here we go. Sorry. I, for one, was shocked at the level of narcissism, ingratitude, and naked lust for power, as shown by Meghan Markle. a B-list actress who bills herself as a human rights activist. She even had to dominate the first segment of the Oprah interview. Prince Harry only spoke when he was spoken to directly, which was not often in that interview. She was constantly virtue signaling about how she wants to elevate others and include others, and she loves to rescue, such as the chickens in her coop, shown to prove, supposedly, how it's the simple things in life that appeal to her. Let's not look at the massive 14.7 million home in the background. Nothing to see there. To hear her whine and complain about how grueling that tour she took in South Africa alongside Prince Harry, and how she whined about how nobody had asked her how she felt, was absolutely cringeworthy. Being able to tour that beautiful country and be adored by everyone they met. Oh, such hard work. Laughable. I think that perhaps the reason she wanted to do the interview with Oprah was precisely to irreparably cut the ties with the royal family so that there would be no going back, and Prince Harry would be stuck with her and their children, burning the boat, burning the bridge. That gave her more power over her subject, husband, Prince Harry. He will always be Prince Harry, even if Queen Elizabeth takes back the titles of Duke and Duchess of Wales, and then she will only be Prince Henry of Wales. That probably doesn't bother her at all, since they've started their new life, as she claims, on her terms, with his money and his status that she now has privy to, most likely set for life. Very interesting modern day tale. I, for one, will be boycotting their media products. That self-righteous brand of hypocrisy is to be fastidiously avoided in my book. I hope the car crash that was that Oprah interview is cleaned up, and let's just all move forward to more important topics, like, for instance, freedom of speech. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and see you next time. Cheers. Tally ho.